Warning, XRP price plunges 20%. Is this a project you can still trust? At one time, it was one of the altcoin leaders that some say was a catalyst for the entire 2017 altcoin season in the bull market. Now here we are 3 years later, and XRP and Ripple Labs aren't making as many waves as they once were. Time to dive in and see if there's cause for concern. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the hardest working channel in all of cryptocurrency. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and join both my Telegram groups to learn more about crypto or connect with me and the Bit Squad. All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about Ripple, the coin favored by those who admire sticking with the core values and ideas of blockchain and cryptocurrency, such as multinational banking operations and corporations. Okay, but seriously, joking aside, been hearing a lot of bearish talk and coverage of Ripple lately, which we will discuss. Is XRP collapsing? This video will examine the bearish sentiment as well as the existing bullish sentiment, mostly from the community. 4 days ago, newsbtc.com published an article that speculated that we've witnessed Ripple's high for 2020 already. After some coverage that included the fact that Ripple was one of the worst performing assets during the bear market, another crash was speculated. The article observed that unlike many assets in the space, from low to large cap projects, Ripple was trading far below its February 2020 high, while RSI set a higher high, indicating what has been termed a hidden bearish divergence. Unless Ripple sees some drastic upwards price action soon, a deep decline of 80 to 90% is speculated to follow, according to historical price action. This will bring the coin back to around 3 cents. Regarding the observation on the RSI and the hidden bearish diversion, it's also worth noting that the MACD on the one-day candlestick isn't looking too hot either, with a crossover below the zero line having just occurred. However, as a side note, the RSI on the one-day candlestick is close to being in the oversold territory. Another article posted by newsbtc.com published last night was written with a general bearish outlook. This article essentially warned of a 60% price drop if the price dips below the so-called Kumo cloud. While the price history points to a drastic drop, it also points to a recovery following the predicted crash that could follow the Kumo cloud support being broken. So if a crash does result, buying into the dip could be a good opportunity to accumulate. Some more bearish sentiment was reported in a Crypto Potato article yesterday that claimed bears appear strong. As support levels keep getting broken, the 0.618 Fibonacci support level at 0.228 hasn't been broken quite yet, but if it is, support is to be found between 20 and 22 cents. Related to the side note about the RSI approaching oversold, Crypto Potato acknowledges Ripple could be near a rebound point, but if a bullish crossover doesn't occur, the drastic bearish predictions already covered could come to fruition. While some people have FOMO'd into Ripple due to a prediction of a large breakout, Ripple has lagged in the market the past few months, having failed to set a higher high since its February high. Bitcoin's short-term price action will surely have an influence on Ripple's short-term price action. If Bitcoin rebounds upwards or support solidifies at 10K to allow some sideways action, Ripple could end up breaking out. Despite all the bearish sentiment appearing from Ripple's recent price action, bullish sentiment is out there too. There are those who are hopeful on the short-term prospects of Ripple, focusing on the bullish signs rather than the bearish ones. You guys know, confirmation bias. We love that. Another article that was published 2 weeks ago focused on the positive technicals of XRP, from the golden cross of the 200-day EMA to the rise into the daily cloud. While the last article covered was focused on what would happen if the cloud support is broken and looking at previous times, what happened when it was broken, this article uses a cloud with different metrics and focuses on the recent bullish action that brought the price above the modified cloud. Recently, XRP did make a big bull flag, and that is significant. Many Ripple holders are expecting a delayed breakout to a higher high compared to its February high, as many other coins in the market have already seen new highs set. Similarly, other indicators point to a possible breakout from the long-term trend since 2017. Regarding the top chart, it was noted that Bitfinex at the time was 86% long, and longs have been increasing while short positions remain flat. However, this could lead to a possible long squeeze if a significant movement downwards happens, causing a spiral effect as long liquidations drive the price down, which would in turn liquidate even more longs, unraveling the ladder of longs. Regardless of the risk of a long squeeze, longs piling up does point to a bullish counterforce opposing the bearish price action as of late. All in all, the conclusion is the technicals may be bullish given the crossover of the 200-day EMA and the rise above the daily cloud. The Bitcoin pairing was deemed to have been neutral to bullish. While XRP currently is around 2,350 sats with midterm resistance identified at 2,500 sats, it is important to note that significant support is identified at 1,500 sats. Pretty big drop, a good bit below the current price. Now, if XRP were to make a double-digit percentage move upward against Bitcoin, it could trigger a breakout run on the BTC pairing and thus the USD pairing as well. Technicals aside, a recent announcement that offers positive fundamentals comes from Flare Networks. Coverage by Cryptopolitan reports that eToro, a huge social trading platform used by millions worldwide, is communicating with Ripple and Flare Networks to allow XRP holders on the platform to participate in the December 12th snapshot and be included in the Spark distribution. The Spark distribution, managed by Flare's network, is a potentially huge move that Ripple is taking in order to enter the world of DeFi, combining the usage of Ripple, Ethereum, and Consensus to help developers make new DeFi apps and smart contracts. If Ripple successfully enters the world of DeFi through this framework, Spark tokens distributed for free to XRP holders could be worth a relatively small fortune in the future. It isn't just eToro that is adding support for the snapshot, but other big names as well. The Daily Hodl reported that Uphold, GateHub, Anchor USD, and Bitrue have all confirmed support for the event. Uphold is a highly respected platform that is partnered with Brave for reward wallet integrations. I use it all the time. With millions of users, Uphold confirming support due to user demand is a huge bullish sign, indicating a large amount of interest in the Spark distribution snapshot. Regardless of whether or not Flare pans out in the long term, as the December snapshot approaches, it is likely XRP will be bought and held in anticipation for the snapshot. The Spark distribution will undoubtedly provide additional buying pressure as the snapshot date looms closer and closer. Personally, I think that even if XRP does experience some hefty downwards volatility over the next few weeks, it will experience upwards movement near the snapshot date as long as Bitcoin's price action is stable or continuing the midterm uptrend. The entire market is looking to Bitcoin right now, and the short-term price action ultimately depends on what Bitcoin is going to do over the next few days and weeks. But if Bitcoin does fill the CME gap and Ripple crashes, investors and traders alike could look for a solid entry point, as the market will likely rebound to continue the general uptrend since the Black Thursday crash in March. If Bitcoin doesn't fill the gap and stabilizes after testing and holding 10K support, Ripple may experience a strong breakout. Moral of the story: watch Bitcoin closely and allow your expectations for its short-term price action to set the precedent for Ripple's short-term prospects. But now it's your turn. Regarding the short term, do you believe Ripple is a good buy right now, or do you think waiting for significantly cheaper prices is the appropriate move? Do you think XRP is a good hold for the bull market? Let me know down below in the comments section. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash the like button and hit subscribe to become a member of the Bit Squad. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. BitBoy out.